To the very first lecture of our grammar series. In this particular series, we are going to target one topic in a week for grammar for the rest of the session. So the very first topic is very clear parts of speech. Before we can get to the meat of the substance, we need to understand the fundamentals, the basic of the substance. When I'm talking about English language, it has a variety of words and it's a beautiful language. But all the words that you can think of, literally any word that you can think of, can be classified into 8 of these parts. So today's topic is going to be parts of speech. Now, for example, if I'm saying that Reena walks a mile every day, I say Reena is a tall girl. Every word that I'm using in this sentence, every word that I'm using while I'm talking right now will come into at least one of these categories. Now, a lot of you people might wonder that I'm not covering a lot of topics over here. For example, I don't see tense over here, then I don't see articles over here. Then where are these words? Why are we studying it as a subject, as a topic in our grammar textbooks, but it is not part of parts of speech? We'll understand all of this in a minute. Let's target one by one. So the very first category over here is noun. What exactly do I mean when I'm saying what exactly do I mean when I regard noun? Noun are basically naming words. Any name that you can imagine of, it might be specific, it might not be specific. But if it is a name, it is a noun. For example, my name, it is Kinjaljen. Kinjaljen, it's a name, it's a noun. This particular thing, I call it a marker. Marker is the name that I'm giving to this particular thing. So this is also a noun. Bench, noun. Fan, noun. Because when you look at these things, a name emerges into your mind. These are naming words. These are identifying words. You call it as a noun. Now, noun can be specific. Noun cannot be specific. For example, if I'm saying Kinjaljen, it is a specific noun. So I call it a proper noun. If I'm saying girl, it is not specific. If there is a class and I say girls stand up, all the girls will stand up. If I specifically take some girl's name, if I say Aradhya stand up, only Aradhya, the girl who's named Aradhya in the class, will stand up. So it's like this. So nouns are anything that gives name to something. So basically nouns are all the naming words. If I say in this sentence, Reena. Reena is the girl I'm talking about. This is the name of the girl I'm talking about. So Reena is a noun here. So we are clear with the concept of noun. Proceeding further, pronoun. See, for example, if I'm trying to say Reena is a tall girl, then I say Reena is smart. Then I'll say Reena loves playing football. Then I'll say Reena studies in St. Paul. So I'm going to say Reena is a tall girl, Reena is smart, Reena loves playing football, Reena studies in St. Paul. How many times am I going to say Reena? Number one, it doesn't sound good. Number two, it is horribly grammatically wrong. So what I do instead is I start replacing Reena with another word. Say for example, Reena is a tall girl. She is smart. She loves playing football. So what am I doing over here? Instead of saying Reena again and again, I am replacing the word Reena with a pronoun. So the words that are used in the place of a noun are called pronoun. So in this case, what will be my pronoun? Reena is a tall girl. She loves playing football. So here the word she is a pronoun. So basically what are nouns? Naming words. And what are pronouns? These are the words used in the place of a noun. Okay? Now, in English, we are always regarding about something that is being done or not. For example, if I'm saying that I am teaching you currently, so I'm doing a job right now. For example, if I say here, Reena, she loves playing football. Playing is an activity. So basically, verbs, as we all know it, are called action words. Wherever anything physically, not necessarily physically, but if we see something is happening, if we see any act being performed, if we see some action is going on, some job is being done, those words are called verbs. So I can conveniently say that verbs are action words. But that is not what is confined with the meaning of verb. If we dig in a little deep, there are other words as well in English that come under the category of verb. Is, am, are, was, were, be, being. Such category of words are also considered in the category of verb. Now these may not be considered as main verb. For example, playing is a main verb, teaching is a main verb, singing is a main verb. Is, am, are, was, were, be, being, these are all verbs, but these are helping verbs or auxiliary verbs. These verbs, they help you complete a sentence. They are giving you a sense of existence. And in English, when even a word is giving you a sense of existence, it is a job being done. That is why we say is, am, are, was, were, be, being are also considered as verbs. So one thing, people, we often know that playing, singing, dancing, teaching, all these things are verbs. But what we fail to recognize is that such helping words are also coming under the category of verbs. So apart from action words, people, remember that such words will also come under the category of verbs. Proceeding further, next is adjective. Now let us proceed with the topic of adjective. The staple example that we are using, Reena is a tall girl. We are talking about Reena, correct? What kind of a girl she is? She is a tall girl. Tall over here is telling you about that girl. It is adding something to the meaning of noun. You are getting to know something about Reena by this particular word. Such words are called adjective. Any word that is modifying, qualifying or adding to the meaning of your noun will be considered as an adjective. When I say Reena is a tall girl, in this particular sentence, tall is to be considered as an adjective. So these are the words that qualify a noun or a pronoun. Now, how do I recognize adjective in a sentence? Tall is a very simple word. Because it's a simple word, I know it's an adjective because I've been coming across it since I was a child. But now, if in case I come across a very weird word, a word that is completely alien to me, I've never heard of, and I still want to recognize what is the adjective in a sentence, how do I do that? See, English is extremely simple when it comes to structure. Simple sentences, they have very simple structures. For example, Reena is a tall girl. Here, girl is a noun. Why? Because whenever I see her, if I say girl, she'll get up. That can be regarded as a naming word. It is a common noun. So girl is a common noun. Whenever a word is coming before the common noun or the noun for the matter of fact, girl is a noun and tall is coming just before girl. So tall will be considered as an adjective. So one thing you can memorize is, now this will not work 100% every single time, but most of the times it will work. The words that are coming just before your noun are termed as your adjectives. Remember that. The words that are coming just before your nouns can be termed as an adjective. Now why? Yeah, here I would answer one of your questions. Why have I not mentioned article in this case? If I remove tall, and I say Reena is a girl. In this case, if you see, is coming right before girl. In this case, if you see, the word is coming right before girl. And just now we studied that the words that are coming right before noun will be considered as an adjective. Here this word is acting like an adjective because we are saying that Veena is a girl. A is here simply signifying singularity. So understand people, a and the, these words will either act like adjectives or adverbs in some cases. So a is not considered into one of these articles, is not considered as one of the parts of speech because they will anyway fit into this category. That is why it is, for example, if I say I have a pen, if I am saying I have a pen, here this word is completely acting like an adjective because how many pens do you have? You have one pen, because here this word is signifying that the number of pens you have is 1. Clear? Understood this much? That is why we do not have a special category over here called articles, because your adjectives fit into that category.